I cut the check, I cut the check, I cut the check. Tell my niggas we up next, so we up next. She shot a text, she shot a text, she shot a text. Kill the I might put the different day, put a nigga on that same shit. I've been ballin' with my niggas, Kevin Cambridge. Oh, you drippy, but you better tuck your chain quick.
What's good, y'all? I'm back with another episode. So, before I get into it, I want to say like and subscribe, share with your friends. I've been getting a lot of views lately, so just help me out, like and subscribe. And other than that, thank you for watching. But I've been thinking about doing like a little weekly recap of just all sports, like everything that happened with sports. So that's what I'm basically gonna do instead of like really dropping like a real podcast, because sometimes it's just not a lot of news to talk about, but you can just talk about the game. So I just decided to do that. But first of all, I want to say congratulations to my cousin. He got drafted to the MLS. If you don't know what that is, that's soccer in America, I'm pretty sure. Well, I know. And he got drafted to FC Cincinnati. So congratulations to him. Always been a really good player, especially in UCF. I mean, USF. I love watching those games, especially not just him. Like soccer just started becoming fun to watch. So I used to always watch his games, especially in the junior season. Sucks that this season had to get canceled, but at least he got drafted second round. So congratulations to him. But to hop right into it, I want to talk about the conference championship games we had this week in football. First of all, I want to talk about the Bucks versus the Packers. This is a game that I really thought the Packers had it. I was like, my whole thought process were, I'm stuttering a lot. My whole thought process was Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams just look really good, and I was like, I don't see really anybody on this Bucks defense to stop them. Mind you, I did know they had great pass defense, but I mean the Packers got a really good line, so I was like, he's not really gonna get pressured that much. He's going to have a lot of time to throw the ball. So I'm like, I really think the Packers got this. Well, I was really wrong. Packers came out a little lazy. They came out not really knowing that, like, yo, it's a championship game. This is it. And you're going to see it, like, they didn't want it as much as the Bucks did. They came out, and Tom Brady was just punching in the mouth. Deep throw like the first or the second play of the game. And it was really good from Tom Brady. I'm not going to lie. And they came out to a large first half lead. They even got the touchdown in the last second. That's terrible to let up. Kevin King was getting dogged the whole day. It even cost him the game at the end. I'll talk about it. But, yeah, he was getting dogged the whole day. And that kind of makes me wonder, like, why wasn't Jair Alexander traveling? Like, Kevin King was on Mike Evans more than Jair Alexander was. And Jair Alexander is one of the best corners in the league. So I just figured he should have traveled. But the Bucks do have a deep wide receiver core. Like, I would say all five of their wide receivers are really good, especially the top where you got Chris Goodwin, Mike Evans. Antonio Brown didn't play, but then you put the Miller dude in. He's actually really good. Then they had that one dude Swain, number 18. He's really good. So they have a deep wide receiver core. So I understand why he didn't travel. I wish he would have, but you go to one Pro Bowl wide receiver, then there's another one wide open, because Kevin King is just not that good. And I don't know, just the pressure, they weren't really getting no pressure on Brady until like the second half, where Brady just collapsed. And the Packers came out way better in the second half. I would say they scored on the first drive, but the Bucks scored on the first drive. So at least they was in there until like halftime. So I kind of figured, like, all right, they're about to come back. Aaron Rodgers about to tighten up. He's about to start scoring a lot. They just couldn't get the ball in the end zone. They had back-to-back interceptions. They just could not. It's back-to-back interceptions, then it was back-to-back 3-and-outs. They could not score in the Bucks. I want to say Shaquille Barrett is nicer than I thought, bro. His jump off the ball, he's a DN or outside linebacker. His jump off the ball is crazy. He has some times where he just jump off the ball and blow him right past the tackle. Then you got two Pro Bowl linebackers and Devin White and what's the other dude's name? I can't think of his name. 45 and number 54. Both Levante David. Like both of them Pro Bowl linebackers, really good, really fast too. And their cornerbacks are not bad. And then it sucks that they lost two of their safeties, but they came right. The bench players came right back in, and they just look really good. You're gonna get both of their safeties back for the Super Bowl. Hopefully, Antoine Winfield, the rookie who's been playing really good this season, didn't really play this. He didn't play this game because his ankle. I want to say his ankle, and he should be back for the championship game because that is in 2 weeks. That's why I like how they put the Pro Bowl next week because it gives them a time to heal up. Antonio Brown should be back, but going into that fourth quarter, I just expected the Packers to come back, and they really couldn't. They really couldn't. The Bucks has never let up. The offense might have let up, but that defense is on Aaron Rodgers. And I don't know. There was just some questionable calls. I give the Packers that was some questionable calls. It was one blatant holding call on the Bucks that they just didn't call. He was holding the mess out of the Packers wide receiver, and it just didn't get called. And then Aaron Rodgers on that third down, I want to say, I think they were down by at least 10 on the third down. People say he should have ran that ball because it did look like it was a straight shot. But that was on the TV. If they showed a replay, what Aaron Rodgers was looking at, it was a DB and a linebacker, fast old linebacker, and the DB was way faster. And it was a shot that he could have ran it because Aaron Rodgers is pretty fast, especially for he's 37, pretty fast. But you're not being a DB and a linebacker. And mind you, even though it didn't look like it when he caught the ball, when he threw the ball, Devontae Adams was pretty much open. I think it was a bad throw because he was open. The defender was like back there, like where the chair is at. He was like really back there. And Devontae Adams is one of the best wide receivers in the league. That's an easy catch. They'll make that 9 out of 10 times. It just didn't happen this time. So, and then after that, they didn't go. They went for a field goal instead of a touch for fourth and goal and go for a touchdown. That was a questionable call. I probably would have went for a touchdown, but hey, it really doesn't matter, man. I didn't see them like coming after that. Like when they couldn't score after them 3 interceptions, I was like, they can't win this. And then the blatant pass interference calls that just wasn't getting called. And then the play that sealed the game. I want to say it was like 3rd and 12. The Bucks had the ball. Dude, his last name was like Swain. He was on Kevin King. Well, Kevin King was on him. He went a little out route. He went and Kevin King held his shirt a little bit. It wasn't like no come here. It was a little tug just to keep me with you. They was letting it happen the whole game. Like they wasn't really calling no fouls. Like I just said, there was a lot of fouls on the Bucks that they did not call, and it wasn't really calling no fouls. But that little tug finally made them throw the flag, and that was the tug that just made the game. Like that's right there. I try not to say like the NFL is rigged for Brady because people have been saying that for so long, but like I don't know, you can't argue that one. Like the whole game they're letting this stuff go, but now he tugs his jersey a little bit, and plus the ball, he couldn't catch the ball. It was a terribly thrown ball. It was an uncatchable ball, so automatically that should not be a pass interference. So I don't know. It was a weirdly rough game, but sucks for Aaron Rodgers because he definitely won an MVP. But you're just going to have to accept that award at home because couldn't beat Brady, man. Brady's a GOAT, though. I love Brady. He's a GOAT. Happy for this Bucks team. I want to see Mike Evans get a ring because Mike Evans, when his career ends, if he doesn't get this ring, he's going to be a wide receiver that's going to be completely underrated when it comes to Hall of Fame and just one of the best ever. I'm not saying, well, he is like one of the best ever. 7 seasons in a row since he came in the league, he has never had a season where he didn't have 1,000 yards. That's crazy. That is wild. I love Mike Evans. So I want the Bucks to win. I want Tom Brady to get his 7th ring. I think I want him to get his 7th ring, and I'll tell you why. Right now, Bills versus the Chiefs. I wanted my Bills to win. They came off to a hot start, and then they was up 9-0, and then the Chiefs just won on a 21-0 run, like they sort of did last year against the Texans, and they just this Chiefs team is just is unstoppable, bro. Like I want the Bucks to win, but I don't know. I don't know how you beat this team. Like you can't really stop that offense, and when the defense is playing not even as good as the offense, but at least like a decent defense, you can't stop the team because the offense is just it's so good. Like I compared it to when KD joined the Warriors. Patrick Mahomes joining this team is the same thing. KD joined the Warriors. This team with Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, it was already there before Patrick Mahomes. Obviously, they added Cole Harvey and the Robinson dude started getting better around that time. But Alex Smith was the quarterback at that time. He left. He put Patrick Mahomes in there. It's just like adding KD to the Warriors, and this is it's pretty wild. It's wild, but you can't really stop this offense, bro. It's just so much plays they have that's it's like a wild card offense with a once in a lifetime quarterback, once in a lifetime wide receiver. Cause I don't care what nobody says. Tyreek Hill it's something wrong with that dude, bro. It's no way you should be that fast, bro. It's no way you should be that. Like he caught a slant. And I was like, number 24, I thought he was going to catch him. And I was like, yeah, I was mistaken. He turned on the chest. And it was twice. McCole Harmon did the same thing. They're both fast as hell. But Tyreek's something different, bro. And going into this game, I knew if the Bills wanted to win this, they got to find a way to stop Travis Kelce. Because I like Tremaine Edmonds, their linebacker. I like A.J. Klein. But this team is the worst team when it comes to guarding tight ends. And you can't do that against Travis Kelce because he's going to kill you. And he did kill them. And as soon as he had like 10 receptions in the first half, I was like, yeah, there's no way to win this. It can't guard him. And then Tyreek Hill started getting going. Patrick Mahomes started getting going. I was like, yeah, it's over. But I want to talk about the Bills, man. They need to find a way to get a running back. Because the run game is just not respectable to where they just going to cover you the whole time. That's what the Chiefs did. They just double-teamed everybody. Because they don't respect the running game. Because it's none. Devin Singletary's cool, but he's not a good. I don't want to be disrespectful, but he's like a receiving running back. He's not really a running back. T.Y. Hilton is past his time. Like they need to go get a running back. Find one of these running backs that's on the market, because they need one bad. Even if they get Mark Ingram, that would actually be really good for the team. Just somebody that is actually an established running back to where you can mix up the plays a little bit, because they know all you're gonna really do is pass because you have no running game. They need to find better linemen, better linebackers too on the defensive side, because like I said, they cannot cover anything. They need a pass rush. Like if they can go get J.J. Watt, they will be good on defense because their pass rushing is just not there at all. I feel like the secondary is pretty cool. Josh Norman actually had a really good season. Jordan Poyer, Micah Hyde, Trey White, they had a really good season. So I wouldn't really touch that. They got number 24, who's actually starting to look really good. But they need to find a lineman on both sides, a linebacker and a running back this season. I feel like the Bills will be good. Everybody was saying that Josh Allen is terrible and he's overrated. I'm like, yo, first of all, this is one game. Check the stats. Second of all, he has no run game, so it's hard. It's hard to do that with no running game, especially against the Chiefs at the Chiefs' home. And it is his like really first year in the playoffs. Like he played last year, got beat up, but it's really his first year in the playoffs. He actually looks really good. But I hope they can get a running back, because without that's a lot. And one thing I need from Josh Allen, he has the same problem that Deshaun Watson has, just holding the ball for too long. Sometimes they take dumb sacks. Like he took two sacks that was lost for 15 plus. I'm like, Josh, come on. Like the second one, the game was already over. It didn't matter. But like, come on, Josh. Like go down and just throw it. Like. What they try to do is, because they know they're really athletic quarterbacks, fast quarterbacks, strong quarterback, they'll try to stay up and still try to look for a pass. Like, bro, you don't realize you're doing that. You're running 15 yards back. Like, just fall or throw it, bro, because you're just wasting time. But, yeah, the Chiefs had everybody on lock. Had Stephon on lock. Had Cole Beasley on lock. John Brown didn't look good at all. They had everybody on lock. And not just to say it was their fault, too. Josh Allen did have some wide open throws that he just missed. So, it was a really hard game for them, but I feel like they'll be back. This is a really good team other than that. Sean McDermott, I love him as a coach. They just got to find those missing pieces that they're obviously missing. But enough of football. We're going to have a really good Super Bowl with the Chiefs and the Bucks. And that's in 2 weeks. I want to know what they're going to do with this Pro Bowl, though. They talking about Pro Bowl celebration. Like, what is that? I think they're just going to play Madden or some shit. But, like, who's going to watch that? I don't see anybody watching that. But, going into the NBA, I just want to do a weekly recap. First of all, I want to talk about Joel Embiid, bro. Joel Embiid is playing like I've been wanting him to play for so long. I always say it's no reason why Joel Embiid shouldn't be the best center in the league. I love Jokic, but when Joel Embiid wants to be the best center in the league, he can be the best center in the league. And he actually wants to be the best center in the league this year. He actually wants to be the MVP this year. And you can see when he's not on this team, the team's trash. I mean, I would say they're trash because Ben Simmons is not playing like I thought he would. I don't know if y'all watched my preseason prediction, but I was like, one of the 76ers is going to have an MVP season, which I was right. But I wanted it to be Ben Simmons, and I really thought it was going to be Ben Simmons. But Joel Embiid, so I was still right. But, yeah, Joel Embiid's going out. He's going crazy. He played the Celtics twice last week, and he had 40 points in a back-to-back game, and he did what he should have did in the playoffs. My whole thing was in the playoffs, the reason why I picked him to probably get a couple games or probably win that series is because virtually nobody can stop Joel Embiid on that Celtics team. Tristan Thompson's cool on defense. I love Daniel Tice. He's actually one of my favorite players. I have a lot of little underrated players that I really root for that I like Maxi Kleber, Daniel Tice. I really love those dudes, but Daniel Tice really can't guard Joel Embiid, even though he's a decent defender. He can't guard Joel Embiid. They really have nobody on this court that can guard Joel Embiid. So I was like, yo, he's going to dominate in the playoffs. He just didn't do it. He was out on the three-point line. I'm like, what are you doing? But he dominated them last week. Did what he should have did in the playoffs. And he looks really good, bro. I'm really happy for him. He looks really good. And I'm thinking it's because he had a kid early in the summer, so congratulations to him. I feel like when everybody has a kid, they go crazy. Like Fred VanVleet, he had a baby. That whole playoff series, he was trash. He had a baby. He started going crazy in the finals, and they won. But, yeah, like I said, Joel Embiid is just dominant now. In the paint, outside the paint. He even closed the game with a step-back three. I was like, yo, it's like the talent is there, bro. The step-back three at that size, at that weight, because he is kind of big. And, well, that's wild to me. That's so wild. And I love his game. The footwork is crazy. There's no reason why he shouldn't be the best big man in the league. I will keep saying it because it's there, bro. It's there on both sides of the ball. Elite on both sides of the ball. That's what separates him from Jokic. Even though Jokic is just, it's something different with Jokic. It's an argument. It's definitely an argument. But I would go Joel Embiid for right now. But other than that, the 76ers look really good. The Lakers, they look really good. They beat the Bucks. Thing with the Bucks is they just I keep telling them they gotta go get I don't know why I keep telling them, but I'm gonna keep saying it. They gotta go get Derrick Rose or Isaiah Thomas. They gotta pick up one of those dudes because they're relying so heavy on DJ Augustine to fall back and beat DJ Augustine from last year. He's just not it. Derrick Rose is out there averaging 15 points. If y'all don't go get that dude right now, all you gotta do is trade Brenton Forbes, whatever his name is, trade him and trade a first round pick. Because y'all gonna be a good team anyway, so who cares? Just trade him and get Derrick Rose. That helps y'all because that next team's only gonna get better. Celtics team's only gonna get better. Y'all gonna need it soon. So just make that trade because from looking at it, I think y'all just made a mistake signing here because they not winning nothing. They not winning nothing. I mean, I don't want to overreact, but it's not even overreacting. It just doesn't look that good, bro. Jrue Holiday's not playing that good, even though I don't think that's gonna happen for a long time because I never bet against Jrue Holiday, but he's not playing that good. Chris Middleton's actually having a really good season. He just didn't play good that game. Giannis was trying to be dominant in the first quarter, and it was actually really good, but then they just started climbing him up. They put a wall in front of him, and he just had mad turnovers, and he just didn't really look that good that night. So, I don't know what we would get from that Bucks team, but with the Lakers team, just really good. Top 5 in defense, which I really like to see. Alex Caruso's looking nice this year, shooting-wise. He's the best shooter in the league. That's crazy. But we look really good. AD doesn't look that good, though. I'll be honest with that. Even against my Cavs yesterday, he was getting bullied by Andre Drummond. And look, I'll talk about Andre Drummond later, but he was getting bullied by Andre Drummond. And he's supposed to be that defensive player of the year that everybody wants. But Andre Drummond was bullying that boy. And it's not that much people that Andre Drummond can't bully. The only person I say he can't bully is Joel Embiid. But other than that, he'll bully anybody, bro. Yeah, that's one thing about his game that I do like. But I'll talk about that later. Actually, matter of fact, I can talk about it now. To the Cavs, we beat the Nets twice. when they had their big three. Well, the second time KD didn't play, but we beat them twice. First game, really fun to watch. I ain't gonna lie, really fun to watch. I was at work, but I kept going to the bathroom so I could watch it. I'm sorry, I kept going to the bathroom so I could watch it. And in the first 3 quarters, I want to say, Colin Sexton was not having a great game. Mind you, it was his first game back from missing 2 weeks, so it really didn't matter like that. But he came back in the fourth quarter and went crazy. At one point, scored 20 points by himself straight, even into the overtime, and they just could not guard him. He was scoring on KD. He shot over KD. That was wild to me. He had a sidestep on Jeff Green. I was like, damn, Colin, I never seen you do this. And then he was just dogging Kyrie the whole game, in Kyrie's shoes, with Kyrie's old number. I'm like, yeah, he took this personally. He dropped 42, scored 20 straight in the overtime by himself. He went in overtime by himself. So, I'm really happy about my team. We just lost to the Lakers yesterday, but even that we was fighting with them. Like we a team that you just not gonna look on the calendar and be like, yeah, this is an easy dub, because it is not no more. JB Biggerstaff, he put a culture in us where we're just gonna play grit and grind defense, and we're gonna get under your skin and just not gonna be easy buckets. They talk about trading JaVale McGee, but I don't want that, bro. I just love his leadership for this team, bro. I love his leadership for this team. We've been looking really good, bro. Defensive-wise, we're still top 10 in the league, even though we had that one game where we played the Celtics and they blew us out. They blew us out. But that was a humbling game because we did just come off of 2 games where we did just beat title contenders. So we needed that game to get humbled. But my team looked really good. We beat the Nets again the second time. And defensive-wise, we just had to step up against that on that game. And we did, and we look really good. Darius Garland, Dylan Windler came back, so we're really fully healthy. I'm gonna be honest, they're fully healthy, even though we just lost Larry Nance 2 days ago. So hopefully he comes back soon. But we are fully healthy. I'm not even counting Kevin Love and Matthew Dellavedova on this team no more, because they basically haven't played the whole season. So I'm not really worried about them coming back. But we're actually fully healthy. But what I wanted to say about Drummond is, it sucks that he's not that center that we needed, but he is a really good center. I hope you don't buy him out. I hope you trade him, because he's basically sold his value yesterday. He's a really good center when he wants to be. And this is the thing with Drummond. I never hated him. I just hated sometimes he gets so tunnel vision. He'll get the ball on the block and just force up a shot if it's not open. He'll drive on you, bump you, and just force up an ugly shot or just try to draw a foul. When it's a shooter right there waiting for the ball. But he's so tunnel vision on scoring and getting his shots that he just won't make that pass. And I'm like, yo, come on, you're slowing down our game, because now you're doing shots for yourself when we're trying to play team basketball. That's our main thing this year. We were trying to build playmaking from everybody. We're trying to play team basketball, move the ball a lot, which we do. And just sometimes he gets so laser focused on scoring because he feels like he can bully everybody, which he can. I'm gonna be honest, he can. But sometimes they be on you and you just can't get it up. So sometimes I just don't want him to be so tunnel vision, because he wasn't so tunnel vision. And if he knew when to score, bro, I would rather have him over Jared Allen any day, because that rebounding, that means a lot. His switchability on the defensive side, that means a lot, because he can actually guard some guards in his league. And just his post defense itself, that means a lot. And he's consistent as hell. As far as he'll give you a double-double every game. But it sucks that we have to lose him. Hopefully Jared Allen can come in and do really good. But I love this team, bro. I love this team. Larry Nance still playing at a defensive player of the year level. Colin Sexton having an all-star type year, even though the last 2 games haven't really been that good. After the 2 games before that, he was damn sure at an all-star level. But hopefully Darius Garland can get back to his groove where he was at in the beginning of the season, because he's starting to look like last year Darius, and I want that to happen. But I ain't overreacting, bro. He just coming off an injury, and that's my dude, bro. I want him to keep being great. But I love this team, love JB Bickerstaff, and hopefully we can make that playoff push. We got the Detroit Pistons and the Minnesota Timberwolves next, so hopefully those should be great, easy games, because we do look really good. But other than that, was really no big NBA games, big NBA news. I pretty much talked about everything. Hope y'all liked the episode, and like I said, like and subscribe, share with your friends. But other than that, I'm going to see y'all later. Peace out.